If you're thinking about starting a Shopify store, or you already started but you're still in the early beginnings, please watch this video before reaching out to any marketing agency to help you out with email marketing, SMS marketing, paid ads, creative, social media management, and whatsoever, SEO, you name it. This is more of a behind the scenes video after speaking with hundreds of brand owners, Shopify app developers, other agencies, and being in the game for a few years right now. So stay tuned till the end. If you don't know, our specialization is retention marketing, so anything related to email marketing, SMS marketing, direct mail campaigns, optimizing your in-store experience for higher average order value, and finding out ways to increase your lifetime value in a predictable way. So I'll talk about behind the scenes of what is included in an email marketing service whenever you ask someone to build your flows, automated sequences, or design email templates. The title of this short presentation is the $80 email marketing service for Shopify store for a reason. I've spoken to so many brand owners, and some of them were extremely shocked when they heard how much we're charging for building out email automations or flows. And let me tell you, we didn't talk about tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So many of them countered our offer with a number that was closer to this two-digit number for not one, not two, but three email flow automations or email flows or automations, automated sequences. And I simply refuse to work, obviously, for that amount of price, or ask one of my team members to do it for me. And if you are in hiring, if you have any experience with hiring process for any person that is doing anything creative, you will find out that this will not be enough to have someone full-time working for you or your business or your brand or whatever. And if you want results like this, where these email automated sequences are going to make your brand hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year, maybe even later millions of dollars, then you have to renegotiate, rethink the entire approach. So what is really included when you ask someone to build an email flow, and why it's not like one switch that you can flip, and why it's a lot more than just flipping a switch and boom, the AI, artificial intelligence, is building everything, tapping into your Google Drive, finding the creatives, writing copy, putting everything into your email service provider, designing everything, making sure everything's integrated with your Shopify store, and launching it so it can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because yes, if this was that easy, everyone else would be doing that, and you probably heard stories that it's not that easy to scale a Shopify store to 8 figures, 7 figures, 9 figures, billions of dollars, and this requires a lot of effort. So what is included when you ask someone to build an email flow? First, initial consultation onboarding. Most of the times, just back and forth between the owner and me usually takes sometimes days, right? We talk, we exchange ideas, we brainstorm. I'm doing my best to explain everything in layman's terms so it's simple for you to understand. But the entire consultation plus the onboarding, where we want to get access to all the creatives that you have, to your branding guidelines, and reading your branding guidelines. Most of the times you'll have a branding guidelines that you probably haven't even get familiar with yourself because someone created it for you. Maybe you've spent thousands of dollars. Actually, branding guidelines, I heard recently, are super expensive. Like, you can pay definitely high 5 figures for a branding guideline for any business. It doesn't have to be even an e-commerce business. So long story short, we need to get familiar with it. Not only me, but also the team that is paid every week, and team members, they have to get familiar with this too. Moving forward, we want to make sure that we discuss the exact scope of works, your budget for it, the timeline, how fast you want to launch. Many times, by the time we get to the point like, all right, we're ready, we find out that, hey, I actually need to get it done by Monday, even though it's Friday. I know it's Friday, but I need to get it done by Monday because we're dropping a new product on Tuesday. So that's some things like that happen, and we want to avoid these things. So we need to discuss it and be clear on both ends what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and what stage you're in. Keep in mind that I'm entering your business ecosystem. I have no idea about behind the scenes of your business. Maybe I've seen your website, But that's not enough to understand exactly what you're building, what you have behind the scenes. And many times, just figuring out the integrations for which is the point number 2, not only gaining access, but making sure the integration is working, takes hours that someone has to sit behind this computer and figure out what's going on and how to integrate it. And of course, I might be exaggerating many cases here, but I'm telling you everything from my experience. Like things like that happen where there are some glitches or some problems with the integrations and we need to fix it all. So just before we even get to start to design stuff, we need to figure this out, right? So that things takes time and back and forth communication. Again, brand and audience understanding. We need to understand who we're speaking with, why are we trying to sell our products, and what are the whys from customers buying your products. So all of these things, like your market positioning, what makes it different than any other brand out there, what are you okay with saying this versus not saying some things like, hey, would never ever compare my products to anything else on the market. I have the best product, this is unique formula, nothing can compare to it. Then we have to know it, because a lot of brands are comparing their products to everyone else on the market. So things like that always come into play. Strategy development, it's not like just, hey, I'll copy and paste a flow here, give you a generic subject line like, hey, you forgot something in cart, add an emoji, change a few names, set up the triggers, and boom, hit live, start making money. It's definitely the whole skeleton of any automation can take time as well, because there's so many things that come into play, like making sure that your sign-up form, if you have one already, is integrated or is signing up people to the right list. And if the right list is triggered whenever someone subscribes to it in your welcome flow. So things like that obviously are part of the strategy development that can be customized to your needs. And if you're thinking like, no, Matt, this is way simpler than you presented here, watch one of the videos that I talk about growing your list much faster. One of the parts would be, for example, having a sign-up form that collects zero-party data. So if you have 3 or 4 answers that people can click, or options for people to click, that will send them to different categories, that means we will have not 1 but 4 welcome flows. So now we're already talking about 4 welcome flows or 4 automated sequences that will be completely different. So it's nothing copy and paste here. Content planning next, of course, that comes into play as well. We need to understand that sending emails every single day might overwhelm your customers. So we want to make sure that we see the whole picture and help you map out the customer journey. Creative development, that's a huge part, of course. Once we start building the template, well, all of a sudden, if you want to pay me $80 or $100 or $50, and you have 5 or 10 different comments that you want to change the design about or the template, this will take time. Every back and forth, every time we change something, that takes time. First drafts and reviews and iterations, that takes time as well. Testing and optimizing. Once we launch something and we find out that, hey, it's not working, maybe we should A/B test it, then yes, that's something we need to add to it. And of course, if you want results like this, you need to make sure that you're A/B testing, because you can't just assume that something will be working. This is all an effect of tests and optimizations that you have to implement. Of course, then we have the setup, quality assurance, launch, monitoring, and continuous improvement. Once you launch the flow, yes, you paid a one-time fee for it, but don't come back to us 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, and be like, hey, I have one little change that I want to implement. Can you help me out with that? It's going to take you a minute. This will piss off a lot of agency owners, a lot of freelancers too. And trust me, don't tell them how long something's going to take. And that actually I've seen in any other industry. People just assume that it will take you a second just because you're doing it every single day without willing to pay you for it, because yes, it's going to take you a minute. If it takes me a minute, it might take you 3 or 4 minutes, so don't even ask me, just do it yourself if you think this is the right way to do. And the last part, reporting and analysis. This is mostly for clients that work with us on an ongoing basis, where we pull reports literally on every single week, go through every email in the flow, which sometimes can be hundreds of emails, make sure that we meet our criteria and are happy with and are satisfied with the results that we're seeing. Often when it comes to dealing with agencies and freelancers, we hear, and probably that's the reason why there's so many fights between agencies and business owners. Doesn't matter if it's ecom or not. It can be any other industry, even local businesses. But there's too many bold claims and guarantees and whatnot. People promising the world, but essentially what you're investing in, and it's not always easy to track your return on investment, especially if you're starting out, because you might need so many different variables like proper traffic, maybe different type of traffic if you're already running traffic that is not converting. Maybe you have to reevaluate your entire marketing strategy, and the email, it's not email's fault, but it's people that are on your list's fault that they don't have an intention to buy your product. So there's so many components here. So next time you're looking to hire a freelancer or maybe an agency, think about the people behind it. So we have to hire great, talented people. If we are not charging enough, it's impossible for us to hire great, talented people. And often, if it's a freelancer, then it's most likely him or her doing their work, so it's a little bit different. But when it comes to agencies, you are literally investing into a probably one payment that will cover the entire team, which sometimes can be 3, 4, 5 people that will work on your brand's behalf. Otherwise, you would have to hire these people. You have to find these graphic designers, copywriters, analytical people to help you understand what's happening behind the scenes in your email service provider or maybe your ad account when you're running ads. So remember, hiring specialists in any particular area doesn't necessarily mean that your business is going to blow up and grow like crazy. We hope it will, but it's not always the case. There's so many different variables that we need to cover. We essentially become the extension of your team. So it's either you, the brand owner, that doesn't have to deal with it, and we will just report to you. You can look at it, approve it, disapprove it, and let us handle the entire work, the heavy lifting. Or it's a decision between hiring the entire team in-house or hiring an agency that has an in-house team that will take care of your business needs. And that will conclude today's video. I'll see you in the next one.